And for me personally in that race, he was actually second, right? Throughout the whole, he was second. I think in the last 30 meters or so, the boy who took the second place, which was a boy from Thailand, he caught up to Ngwana and beat him. But up until that point, he was taking second place. It would have been gold and silver for us.
I am one of the Devil King's generals, and I have been stationed of late at a nearby castle.
Is that a Dulan?
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's episode of The Corner Flag. You are here with your favorite host, Deshane, and today, of course, we will be talking about some of the most talented teenagers that we have in South Africa. So these are some of the guys who are doing exceptionally well in their fields, and I think that is the right time to celebrate these guys. So, not wasting too much time, we're going to go ahead and look at the first two people, of course, and these guys have been excelling so well in athletics. And of course, the first one I'm talking about is Bayanda Walaza. And Bayanda, of course, how old is he? Around 18 years old. So he's basically the fastest high schooler in the world at this point, right? He was at the Paris Olympics, of course, won the silver medal alongside Bradley Ngwana, who's also on this list, of course, as well as Maswangai, and our old-time legend South African athlete, Akani Simbini. And it was due to those two teenagers, of course, that Akani Simbini also got to walk away with a medal. And they went up against stiff opposition, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, we went up against Canada, which had De Grasse on the team. We went up against, I think it was America, which had Fred Curley, Coleman, Bednarik. Who else was on that team? I can't remember who the fourth one was, but it was a really stacked lineup. And these boys managed to get second place. So not a small feat by any means, right? And after that, Bayanda Walaza as well as Bradley decided, hey, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to the Under-20 Championships. So they hopped on a plane after the 2024 Paris Olympics, of course, went to Lima, and they decided, hey, we're going to compete with Under-20s, with the boys of our own age. And they absolutely wiped the competition. Bayanda Walaza, of course, getting the gold in the 100 meters and also getting the gold in the 200 meters as well, beating Gaut, who is basically the most famous and the most touted young athlete right now. But Bayanda showed him that, hey bro, you still got some work to do. I'm the first one there. And Bradley Ngwana was, of course, alongside Bayanda Walaza throughout this whole experience, of course, also taking part in the 4x100 meters and winning the silver medal alongside Akani, Bayanda, and Maswangai as well, and was also on the plane with Bayanda Walaza as they headed to Lima, and he took part with him in the 100 meters where he also got a bronze medal. So he hasn't been getting too much shine, but definitely I see you, bro. I see you, bro. And for me personally in that race, he was actually second, right? Throughout the whole, he was second. I think in the last 30 meters or so, the boy who took the second place, which was a boy from Thailand, he caught up to Ngwana and beat him. But up until that point, he was taking second place. It would have been gold and silver for us. And for Bradley, that just means, hey, we still have a little bit of work to do, but there is a lot of talent over there. And I think that we have a pretty bright future when I'm looking at our sprinting department as South Africa, of course. And we're going to head over to another discipline, of course, and we're looking at football this time around. And right now we're talking about our boy Relebohile mofokeng, the Orlando Pirates and Bafana winger. And yeah, he's hot property at the moment. Hot property. He's doing the most, of course. And yeah, he's slowly cementing his place into the Bafana team. He hasn't gotten as much game time as we would have liked, but he does look, touted and primed to be one of our wingers going forward, especially because at the time, in the previous qualifiers where we played against Sudan as well as Uganda, Mukwana played, but it wasn't too convincing. Our Palace in the first game against Uganda, it was a bit shaky, but it proved his value in the second game against South Sudan, of course, scoring a brace. And Relebohile came on, and he's always a game changer when he does. So definitely one to look out for, especially at the age of 21. Has a bright future ahead of him. Hopefully he goes to Europe sooner rather than later and gets his career started that side as well. And the next teenager we're going to be looking at, of course, is another boy who's hot property in South Africa at the moment. And we're talking about Siyabonga Mabena. And Sia, of course, yeah, he's been limited in terms of game time. Let's be honest, he has been limited in terms of game time for Mamelodi Sundowns. But I feel like that's to be expected. The team is just too stacked, and yeah, it's hard to come by game time at Mamelodi Sundowns. But so his appearances or lack thereof has not been a result of him as a player or his performances, because each time he's gotten an opportunity, he's played really, really well, and he's an integral part of our under 20s, the Amajita squad also. Basically, I'd say the team is more or less built around him, you know. So yeah, very, very important player for us. And hopefully he's one of those that I also wish he would, you know, make a move abroad, bro. Make a move abroad now, and, you know, just take a bit of time to like develop that side. Do similar to what is happening with the next boy on our list, of course. We're talking about Chandra Campbell, who plays for Club NXT out in Belgium. And yeah, he moved there recently from Supersport United, and Club NXT is actually the reserve side for Bruges, and that team plays in the second tier of Belgian football. So, you know, for some people, be like, oh no, but he's playing MDC. He's not, right? He's playing in a reputable league in the second division, and yeah, he's doing really, really well that side. Scored his second goal, I believe. So he's finding his feet that side, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time. So this is why I personally would like Siama Bena as well as Mofokeng, of course, to make the move while it's still early, right? So yeah, that's our boys from football. And the next boy we're going to be talking about on this list, of course, who else other than Sacha, right? Who plays for the Stormers, and I'm talking about Feinberg Mngomezulu. And yeah, he's our boy, plays for the Springboks and the Stormers, and he's a special one, right? Personally, I think if we look after him, he's probably going to be a generational talent. I mean, so multifaceted, bro. Speed, power, footwork. He controls the ball sometimes, and he kicks the ball like it's a soccer ball, right? So yeah, I think we have a hell of a talent on our hands, and he's one to look out for as well. Age of 22 right now, so we'll see I don't know, you know, we'll see where his career goes, but I think he's one who's, yeah, Sacha's special, bro. Sacha's one of a kind, basically. And our last teenager, or our last young person on the list that we're going to be talking about, that makes this list, and we're going to divert a little bit and talk about somebody in a completely different discipline, and I'm talking about our uppity African, Tyla, right? I just thought that I had to mention Tyla, guys. Yo, Tyla has blown the world by storm. She has a Grammy, she has a VMA, she has BET Awards, and she's rubbing a lot of Americans, you know, the wrong way. And not due to anything of her own, right? It's not anything of her own. I would say that I think because she's too confident, right? She's too confident and she's too sure of who she is, and she doesn't necessarily comfortably fall into, like, you know, the society of America and how they perceive things, you know? So because she won't necessarily say, I'm black, you know, she has her own race, you know, the race that is how can I say, recognized and exists in South Africa, right? She's colored, right? So I understand that maybe saying that word in America is, you know, is a little bit controversial or whatever the case might be, but that's who she is. And this is why in interviews like at the Breakfast Club, she didn't really want to get into it because it's too political. This is not what this is supposed to be about. So yeah, no, I'm proud of our uppity African. She's doing the most. And some Nigerians also are on the case, like, oh, but she won, or did she win the thing in the Afrobeats category? But she said herself, and this is the thing, she said that, hey, you know, I'm aware of the fact that sometimes we get grouped together. But even though I won, shout out to everybody, and this is for all of us, right? That's what she said. And then there's still some Nigerian people going, oh, yeah. Anyway, this brings us to the end of our video. If you like our content today, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel as well. And yeah, leave us a comment, bro. Show us some love, you know. Leave us a like as well. Show us some love. And we'll see you in the next video. Ciao.